What I am about to say won't have flashy edits or hype music, but if you have ever felt stuck, like life keeps repeating the same painful patterns, no matter what you do, you need to hear this. Because I'm going to show you something most people on YouTube never talk about. And it might just explain why you feel the way you do. And more importantly, how to finally break free. You are not doomed by your past, not by your mistakes, not by your family's history. If you are scared, angry, hopeless, or tired of a world that never seems to change, this could change everything. Imagine your mind is a computer and all those painful moments you have lived through, like heartbreaks, betrayals, trauma, fear, guilt, they didn't just fade away. They install programs into your subconscious, programs that are now silently running the show. You don't see them, but they shape how you think, feel, and act. They are the reason why you keep repeating the same cycles and why you feel stuck. This video is about breaking those patterns and finally uninstalling what's been holding you back. So, even if it is not filled with flashy effects, stay with me because what I am about to show you could unlock everything. Think of your mind like a computer. When you are a kid, you go through all kinds of experiences like heartbreak, trauma, rejection, or any emotional pain. Even things like being yelled at or getting hurt physically or mentally. All those moments install program into your subconscious. Just like installing an app on your phone. You don't always see it running, but it's there, shaping how you think, feel, react, and live. That's why some people keep attracting toxic relationships or why deep down they just never feel good enough. It's not just a bad luck, it's a program. But here's something even deeper. Some of these programs didn't even start with you. They were passed down, and that's called epigenetics. And it means your parents, grandparents, even great grandparents could have passed emotional trauma directly into your subconscious. Let me show you with a real experiment. Researchers at Emory University take male rats and expose them to smell cherry blossom. But each time the rats smell it, they get a mild electric shock. Naturally, the rat becomes terrified of the scent. Here's the wild part. After the conditioning, they let the rat mate and have babies. Those baby rats had never smelled cherry blossom before and they were never shocked. But when scientists exposed those babies to the cherry blossom scent, they freaked out, their stress levels spiked, their brains and bodies reacted in fear just like their father did. How? Because the fear, the trauma was passed down genetically. They inherited the emotional responses through epigenetic markers. And if that's possible in rats, why not in humans? Let's look at a human example. There's a stereotype you may have heard. African Americans can't swim or they fear water. But this isn't just some random cultural thing. It has a deep and dark history. Back during the transatlantic slave trade and slavery in the US, slave owners needed to prevent escapes. One method they used was to program enslaved people to fear water. They would beat them near river and they would drown some as examples. Even dogs were trained to hunt them down and chains were used to drag people into water as punishment or control. So the water, which could have been freedom, became a symbol of terror. Now imagine that trauma didn't just disappear. Even after slavery ended, the fear remained in stories, in memories, in reaction. That same emotional fear got passed down generation after generation. Even today, many black families don't prioritize swimming, not because they don't want to, but because the fear is deep. That's generational trauma, that's epigenetics in action. So, what's the point of all this? It means your fear, your overthinking, your self doubt, and your patterns might not be even yours. They could be from your parents, your grandparents, their survival tactics, pain, heartbreak, addictions that were passed directly into you. These programs live in your subconscious state and they become the filter you see your life. They shape your relationship, how you handle money, who you trust, and how successful you allow yourself to be. It's like walking through life with a box over your head. You think that's just how the world is, but really you are seeing through your programs. So if you are always being betrayed, always struggling, always repeating the same cycle, it's not your fault, but it's your responsibility to change it. And that starts with awareness. Here's how to break the cycle in 3 steps. Become aware of the pattern, notice it when it shows up. Make a different choice, even it's uncomfortable. Repeat it until it becomes you. That's how you reprogram your subconscious. And yes, it's hard because your body is used to the old way. Your emotion will fight back. They will say, this is unfamiliar, go back. But you don't need familiar, you need freedom. Here's the trick, your brain doesn't know the difference between something real and something imagined. That's why when you think of a painful memory, your body reacts. You feel it even if it happened 5 years ago. But if you start imagining your ideal future over and over, your brain starts writing that as your new normal. New thoughts, new chemicals, new actions, new life. Once you get this, you will start seeing people differently. You will realize most people are acting on their programming. You will have more compassion, more understanding, and more peace. And from that place, you could build something real, a new identity, a new family pattern, a new legacy. Here's something you can do it right now. Grab a pen and write down one belief you know is holding you back. Then ask, does this belong in my future? If the answer is no, rewrite, make it stronger, and make it yours. You are reprogramming it starting from today. And if you want to take this deeper, I made a video on how to influence people without saying a word. It ties up perfectly into this topic because once you master the inner world, you naturally influence the outer world. Check it out, it's linked in the description below. Till the next time, take care and keep rising.